Hello and welcome to LEKApatterns tutorial on a summer shirt. The pattern you can get at our online shop. There is also a matching trousers pattern. The pattern you can adapt also to shirts. The direct links you can find below the video. First, add the interfacing to the details, collar, collar stand and the cuffs. Make an indented box pleat on the back panel. Here helps the notches. The length of the back panel top and the length of the yoke should be the same. Pin one yoke to the back panel, good sides inside. The yoke has 2 layers. Pin the second one to the back panel from another side. Follow the notches. And join all 3 layers together with 1 cm seam allowance. Pin the front panels to the yoke at the shoulders line, but just 1 layer. Don't pin together the inside layer of the yoke. The next step is to roll the panels. Take inside the layer of the yoke and wrap them. Pin the inside layer of the yoke to the shoulder line and the rolled panels stay inside. Sew the shoulder lines all 3 layers together. Take out the panels and the yoke is ready. Iron the seams. Pin the sleeves to the shirt. Here, as always, help the notches. Join together. Serge the sleeves. Also serge all the sides separately. Pin together the sides. Mark the slit on the front panel 4 or 5 cm from the bottom. Sew the sides including the sleeves. The seam ends before the slit. And don't forget to make a back stitching at the slit. Join the ends of the cuffs. Fold in half, a bad side inside. Pin them to the sleeves. And join together. Front placket. Here we make the fold to the good side. First, make a fold of 1 cm and iron it in order to secure it. Here I use a pattern with 1 cm as a tool to make it faster. Simply take a sheet of paper and mark 1 cm. Make one more fold and match it with the notch. The fold should be approximately 2.5 cm. Don't forget that we make these folds to the good side. Pin the fold and secure it by ironing. Make a top stitching on the placket. The seam has 2 mm seam allowance. Iron the front placket. Make another side the same way. The collar. Pin the details together, the good sides inside. The interfacing stays outside. Join the details together at the 3 edges. When you sew, keep the detail with the interfacing on the top. Trim the corners and some of the seam allowance. Turn the detail to the good side. Make pointy corners. Iron the collar. Pin the collar stand details to the collar. On our YouTube channel, you can find a tutorial on how to make a nice collar with a collar stand. The link is in the description of the video. To pin the details to each other, help the notches. The collar goes inside between the details of the collar stand. Join the details together. The detail with the interfacing of the collar stand stays at the top, facing you. Trim the seam allowance and turn out to the good side. Iron the collar. Pin the collar to the shirt. Here as always, help the notches. The central notch on the collar stand match the central notch on the neckline. Pin just one layer and join together. The seam allowance is 0.5 cm. Another detail of the collar stand, fold inside and pin to the neckline. The fold line should be a little bit lower than the previous detail seam. When you pin the fold, you cannot catch with the pin another seam of the collar stand. A quick reminder that you can find a tutorial on our channel on how to make a collar with a stand. Sew the collar stand with top stitching. Make a seam as close as you can. Fold the bottom part 1 cm. Sew along the bottom including the slit. Make a seam in the middle of the seam of serge. Measure the size of the button you plan to use for the shirt. The hole for the button should be a little bit bigger than the diameter of the button. The second hole goes 4 cm down from the joint seam of the collar stand. Mark the size of the hole. The rest of the holes goes every 8 cm. On our channel you can also find a tutorial on how to make the holes and sew the buttons. The link is below. Make the holes. Pin together the placket. Mark the spots for the buttons. And add the buttons. That's it. The shirt is ready for adventures. Share with us your sewings with our patterns and please subscribe to our channel.